DJ Mike C on the track.
Cause that be natural.
Lady D.
Ain't looking tacky. I keep my game tactful.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm so nappy. Cause that be natural.
The infamous.
Ain't looking tacky. Cause I keep my game tactful.
I'm so pretty, I'm so fabu, I'm so natural, it's like it's a taboo. I'm so filthy, got the tattoo, fucking these bitches like I own ragu. On my business with my platoon, getting these minutes like I'm a typhoon. Y'all is children on that cartoon.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Airfros and Babyhairs, and thanks for joining me on this chat session. Today we have a few topics to get into, as well as a couple of messages and warnings. So go ahead and grab some snacks and a beverage while we get into this discussion. Also, make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button to help us grow, and be sure to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. So, how are y'all doing today? Hopefully all is well. Me, I'm doing good. Everything is going pretty good. Life is lifing, so y'all already know how it is. So y'all, did y'all see that Krishan Rock went live while she was having her baby? I actually caught the very end of it, like right before she got ready to start pushing. I think that, you know, first of all, I had a little bit of anxiety watching her go through that, and she tripped me out on a couple of things that she was saying, although some of the things that she was saying really makes you think, because she was like, at one point, she was like, if I stand up, I think the baby is just gonna come on down. And they was like, no, you know, laughing at her. But I'm like, that kind of makes sense. I know when I was having my children back in the day, I did do a lot of walking around before I actually, you know, went into full blown like labor. I remember having contractions, walking around the hospital and everything like that, pushing my IV. So to me, that gravity pull does help with, you know, you having your baby. The other thing is, you know, she did have an epidural, so they wasn't gonna let her get up anyway, because I think the legs are numb or whatever like that. But kudos to her medical team. They seem to be very supportive during that whole process. Her mom was there, her sister was there, they was cheering her on. I really believe that the dad should have been there, because it's like, this is your child coming into the world, the child that you helped to create. You are one half of this person. So why are you not there to witness them coming into this world? I don't care how you feel about the mother. At that point, when y'all were making the baby, y'all were good. So this is just a reflection of that. So I don't understand how, you know, dads don't want to be there or can't be there for such an important thing that's happening. But anyway, that's just my opinion on that. I think that the dads need to be there if they help create it. I don't care what's going on with you and the mom. You need to be there to witness your child coming into this world, because if it had not been for you, they wouldn't even exist. So anyway, that's just my thought on that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Also, let me know that you all watch it. Also, you know, people were trying to give her some feedback about going live. I'm like, this is her decision. I mean, she is basically on TV and on social media and every other aspect of her life. So why not have her baby on live? It was, I think, over 300,000 people watching and supporting. At that time, she's going to get a coin for it, and majority of her life is documented via social media, reality TV, whatever. So, I mean, this is a new day and age, and at the end of the day, it's up to her what she wants to share with the world and her supporters. But anyway, y'all, let's get into the topics. Now, the first thing, this is something that my mother-in-law sent me, and it's from The Meaning of Life. And it reads, number 1, don't advertise your happy marriage on social media. Number 2, don't advertise pregnancy on social media. Number 3, don't advertise your children's achievements on social media. Number 4, don't advertise your expensive buys on social media. Understand this about life. Number one, not everyone is going to be happy for you. Number two, most of the quote unquote nice comments you get are just fake. Number three, you are just attracting the evil eye on you and your family. Number four, you are just attracting jealous people into your life. Number five, you don't know who is saving your pictures and checking your updates. Number six, you really need to stop doing this because it may ruin your life, family, marriage, and career. And believe me, social media sometimes is the devil's eyes, ears, and mouth. Don't fall into the devil's trap. Let a part of your life remain private. So wow. Although, you can look at this entire message from a few different perspectives, I do believe what it is saying. I do believe people can look at images of you and see how you're living and have all these evil thoughts and all of this jealousy and envy and all of that. But at the same time, I do believe that you do have people out there that actually support what you're doing, or they're inspired by what you're doing. So it just all depends. I mean, I don't feel like you should share every single detail of your existence. No, especially with people that you don't know and you don't know how they truly feel about you. But I don't think it's anything wrong with sharing details, here and there, or little pieces of your life. So just be mindful that these things are going on. People can be preying on your downfall. People can be hating on you, jealous of you, which we already know. Everybody got a hater. So just keep that in mind. Even though some things you may be proud of and excited about, some things everybody's not meant to know. So there's that. Let me know what y'all think about that. The next thing is this Amazon scam, Prime membership scam. So these are unexpected calls, texts, emails that refer to a costly membership fee or an issue with your membership and ask you to confirm or cancel the charge. These scammers try to convince you to provide payment or bank account information in order to reinstate a membership. Amazon will never ask you to provide payment information for products or services over the phone. Visit the message center on Amazon.com or on their app to review authentic emails from Amazon. To verify your Prime membership status or make payments, log into your Amazon account and go to your account. So yeah, and it's a few other scams going on. Just be mindful that you can check any messages or anything like that within the Amazon app. Do not depend on any emails, text messages, phone calls, none of that. You can go directly to the app and they will communicate with you through the app. So that will keep you from falling prey or, giving in to some of these pranksters. So yeah, let me know if you have any stories or any type of situations that happen to you dealing with Amazon Prime or any other one of these companies that have online shopping and things like that. Just put us on to what's going on and what to be aware of. We would greatly appreciate that information. Now the next one is a warning I got from my mother-in-law about COVID-19 health advisory. Now please keep in mind that I will be trying to use code wording just to comply with YouTube rules and everything like that. So just read between the lines and you'll figure out what I'm talking about. So this is COVID-19 health advisory. And it says everyone is advised to wear a mask because the new COVID-19 Omicron variant is different, deadly, and not easily detected properly. Symptoms are as follows. Number 1, no cough. Number 2, no fever. Number 3, joint pain. Number 4, headache. Number 5, neck pain. Number 6, upper back pain. Number 7, pneumonia. Number 8, general loss of appetite. This variant is 5 times more toxic than the Delhi variant and has a higher mortality rate. It takes a shorter time for the condition to reach extreme severity, and sometimes there are no obvious symptoms. This strain of the virus is not found in the nasopharyngeal region. No, it's not found in the nasal region, and it directly affects the lungs, the quote-unquote windows, for a relatively short period of time. Nasal swab tests are generally negative for Korea-19, Omarion, and false negative cases of nasopharyngeal tests are increasing. So that means there are false negative cases that are from the swabs in the nose. You can still have it even though it's saying negative. Okay, this means that the virus can spread in the community and directly infect lungs, leading to viral pneumonia, which in turn causes acute respiratory stress. This variant has become highly contagious, highly virulent, and lethal. Avoid crowded places. Keep a distance of 1.5 meters, even in open spaces. Wear a double layered mask. Wear a suitable mask. Wash hands frequently, even when everyone is asymptomatic, which means no coughing or sneezing. Don't keep this information to yourself. Share as much as possible with other relatives and friends, especially yours. Be safe and use precautions. So yeah, I wanted to put that out there. I wanted to do my part in sharing with the information that I'm getting, but I do want to say too, I got some masks. Like the other day I opened up a pack of masks and they smelled really, really weird. I just could not keep that mask on because it did not smell right. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but it's something. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about this new strand that's coming out and what precautions you are going to take as far as that is concerned. I covered really all of my thoughts on the last chat session, so refer back to that if y'all want to see what I had to say. So next we're moving into the next topic, which is trucker alerts police to human trafficking caged kids, and this comes from truckinginfo.com. The Truckload Carriers Association has recognized one observant truck driver as a TCA highway angel for discovering, reporting, and following suspected human traffickers who had children caged in the back of a pickup truck. To protect the driver's security, TCA has only identified him by his first name, Michael, and did not release his hometown or the exact location of the incident. According to the association, Michael was at a dark rest stop just off of I-10 around 1 a.m. on June the 18th in a border state. A white pickup truck with a tarp and cage pulled up in front of him, and a woman got out the truck and went around to the back of it. Children in a cage. She raises the tarp and there's a padlock on this cage, Michael said. She takes the padlock off and opens it, and out comes these 3 or 4 little girls. They then pull all the kids out. They put the lock back on and they force the kids into the restroom. Michael told TCA the little girls he saw were no more than 3 or 4 years old. When the 2 adults and the children came back out of the bathroom, the driver of the pickup forced the girls back into the cage, locked it, and covered the cage in tarp. According to Michael, alerting police, Michael, a father of 2, called the police and was able to walk around in the dark to read the truck's license plate. In doing so, he was noticed by the adult occupants of the pickup. The suspected human traffickers took off quickly in the truck, and Michael followed them. They got about 2 or 3 miles ahead of me, but I was on the phone with the dispatcher, he said. Next thing you know, the police pulled them over. Cops came out of nowhere. Michael also pulled over and waited till the police were ready to speak with him to get his statement. Police told Michael that several of the children had been reported missing and that there were even more children in the cage. In the cage, there were hammocks with kids draped across the top and the entire bottom of the cage and was filled with children, Michael said. Police also told him for his own protection he should depart in case anyone affiliated with the human traffickers was trafficking. TCA Highway Angels. Since the TCA Highway Angels program's inception in August 1997, nearly 1,300 professional truck drivers have been recognized as Highway Angels for exemplary kindness, courtesy, and courage displayed while on the job. Earlier this year, CFI driver Zach Yeakley was honored as Highway Angel of the Year for his actions after arriving on the scene of a fire-filled chain reaction crash. So yeah, guys, so this human trafficking, child trafficking thing is real. Yeah, so if you see suspicious activity, people looking like they got big cages on the back, a lot of times we think that those are animals, that they are moving around in the middle of the night sometimes. But to me, that's questionable. Like, why you rolling with these animals at night? But sometimes it happens, and sometimes it's actually human beings. So just be on alert if you can. I know some people don't want to get involved, but some of these children have been taken. This situation does kind of sound a little suspect to me. For my own personal reasons, I am a conspiracy theorist, but for the sake of this article, we just gonna leave it at that. So yeah, those things do happen for real. They didn't give any indicator of if these children were, what race, nationality these children were. So I'm curious to know, what race they were and all of that, what nationality. Just, for a reference, if you feel where I'm going with this. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. Did y'all hear about this as well? Kudos to that truck driver. They did get him off the scene pretty early, and he did say that the cop just came out of nowhere. Like I said, it does sound a little suspect, but whatever. I would have ducked off in the cut just to see, are they actually taking these people to jail? Are they actually going to put this on the news? Are they actually going to try to get these children back home? What's going to happen? But that's just me. So yeah, let me know y'all thoughts. So anyway, y'all, before we move on to the next topic, I do want to take a brief intermission to tell y'all about an experience that I keep having pretty much every time we go out into, the public and all of that. So anyway, y'all, I had to get Snoops under control. If you new here, that's my dog. He be doing a bunch of shaking and stuff like that, and I can't stand it because one time he was shaking and his snot flew right over in my food. I don't know if it was snot or slobber, but either way, it was gross. But anyway, so yeah, I usually go out in public spaces, and somebody weird is always messing with me and or robbing. So one particular time we were at, we were at Walmart, and this lady was over near the jewelry section trying to throw like her bottle in the trash behind the jewelry counter. And then all of a sudden she just looked at us and she began talking about if she was black, they probably would think she was stealing. Do we ever get accused of stealing and all of that? And I was like, no, I don't get accused of stealing. So I can't relate to what you're attempting to try to say. But anyway, so she was in there trying to ask us a bunch of questions about who we were, what we were shopping for, all of this. It was just weird. So we left Walmart and went to Lowe's. I don't even know what we were looking for, but just so happened she came up in there too. And so she was standing there trying to talk to us. Robin is very, very friendly. She doesn't meet any strangers or anything like that. She loves to talk. So a lot of times people will use that to try to pry, because they can pick up on the fact that Robin loves to talk and Robin is friendly. So she started like trying to pry and get, you know, answers out of Robin. It was just a mess. And she had a granddaughter with her, who I would say was maybe around the age of 12 or 13. And then she had this weird looking guy that was with her, and he was giving us the side eye. He didn't want to be around us. It was just a weird vibe. But somehow or another, we broke away from them, and we went on to do our shopping. And then the next thing I know, her granddaughter is walking up to Robin, giving Robin her phone number. I don't know what Robin did with that phone number, but it was just getting weird. So when we were getting ready to leave, they were sitting out in the parking lot in their van just waiting. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, to me, it's just a very, very weird. So anyway, today we went to Walmart once again. I had to pick up a few items, and there was this, I don't know if she was Mediterranean, Pakistani, you know, Afghani, Indian. I don't know exactly what her nationality was, but she was trying to get me to buy these AirPods from her. She was saying they cost $250. I could get them for $100 because she wanted to buy some stuff out of Walmart. And I was like, yeah, I don't want that. And she kept showing me the back of the box, telling me that they were brand new. First of all, they weren't in no type of plastic. I didn't see a price tag on them. She didn't open them so I could see that there was anything in there, and she was just expecting me to give her $100 for a box, and I don't even know if anything is in it. So I'm like, no, I don't have any money to spare today. And I'm thinking to myself, I really don't need those. I don't like, you know, I don't know. I just didn't want it. So it was just another weird vibe. Another time we was in a location, and these Mexican men were just hanging around us, staring at us from around the counters and all. It was like weird. I don't know what's up with these people in this particular area, but I don't know if they're not used to seeing our kind, or they're just curious to who we are or what we are, or I don't know, but it's just a bit much. Now, for our entire existence, people have always stared and looked at us weird, which is, you know, I'm used to that. But to do all this other weird stuff, I'm not used to it. So if y'all been experiencing some stuff like that, let me know in the comments below. And do y'all think that I'm handling these situations well, or what should I say to get these people to know without seeming rude that I'm not interested? I'm not like really friendly with strangers because I don't know what their intentions are. I just grew up, you know, in a space, in an era where you just don't talk to everybody. You just can't, you know, give people too much information about you or anything like that. I just like to have a mysteriousness to me, and I just don't get down with that. I don't like small talk with people. I'm not like a jabba jaw type of person, but I don't know. And I don't want to be rude, because some people, they just may just be being nice, and this may just be the atmosphere that we in. People just think that they can just walk up to you and ask you all of this information and expect you to tell them. But I'm not feeling it, so I don't really know what I need to tell these people. And plus, it's not many of us around here, and I think sometimes people may think that, you know, I don't know what these people think. I really can't even say. So I don't know, but let me know what y'all think we should do as far as, you know, handling these people and letting them know that they overstepping my boundaries without seeming rude and aggressive. You feel me? So anyway, moving on to the next topic. since we were talking about truckers, I wanted to bring this particular topic up as well. So this says, what did we do? Black truckers say they were denied service before white server called cops to remove them from the North Dakota Denny's restaurant, allegedly because of their race. And this comes from AtlantaBlackStar.com. 2 black truckers alleged they were discriminated against at a South Dakota Denny's during a rest stop. They claimed not only did the waitress not serve them, but she called the police and had them removed. A video of the incident captured by one of the men showed the white woman had another waitress ask the men to leave. In their opinion, the footage showed how the woman sought to criminalize them based on their race. What did we do? Asked one of the truckers. I have no idea. I'm not in the situation. But she said, like, to make it more calm, the server says nervously. She said, like, you guys can kindly leave because you do not have a lot of people around, or the police will be on the way, because they are. But why do we have to leave? The trucker asked. We just came to order food. I don't know, the server says. That's not right, he replies. They refused to leave at first, saying they didn't want to go before officers arrived because there would be only one account of the incident given to law enforcement. Damon Whitfield and Hector Madera claimed that there was one other black in the restaurant at the time who was also ignored by the same waitress. We pulled into a pilot truck stop in Six Falls, South Dakota to shower up and get something to eat. We were the only black people in there. 30 minutes go by, 15 minutes, etc., etc. So my partner said politely, "Excuse me, we are ready to order," Whitfield told the host of Undisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. According to the men, an employee said the waitress is the wife of Mike Fletcher, the district manager of the rest stop where the Denny's is located. Fletcher heard about the incident and offered the men a free meal, which they declined. The men reached out to Denny's corporate office and were initially ignored until the video was posted on social media and executives were made aware and responded. Denny's has a zero tolerance policy when it comes to discrimination at all Denny's locations. A statement was given on behalf of the restaurant by Chris Garvey Graves, managing partner, FINN Partners. We embrace diversity and foster an inclusive environment where every guest feels welcome. It went on to say that someone from Denny's leadership contacted Whitfield and Madera, referring to them as valued guests. The person, according to the statement, assured the men that the situation has our full attention and is actively being investigated by the company. Denny's has grappled with persistent discrimination and alleged racism in its restaurants for decades. In 1993, 6 black Secret Service agents sued a Denny's in Annapolis, Maryland, for refusing to serve them. The suit said that the 6 were among 21 Secret Service agents who went for breakfast at the Denny's in Annapolis, Maryland on April 1st after preparing for President Clinton's visit to the United States Naval Academy, reported the New York Times 30 years ago. The restaurant served breakfast to all except the 6 black agents who were sitting at the same table, although a single breakfast arrived after an hour's wait, the suit said. The Harvard Business Review noted in 2011 that the publication started covering various lawsuits against the restaurant dating back to 1994. Since then, the organization has focused on enhancing talent by addressing hiring biases, expanding recruitment, and developing promotion pathways as a way to address bigoted frontline workers. Despite their efforts, some are calling for a boycott of the restaurants, as in many of the franchises, the issue still persists. Well, the first thing that I want to say, I really do not like eating at diners myself, simply because a lot of the time, if you look at a lot of the workers, they really look like meth heads, trailer trash, gross people. Also, they also do not serve really tasty food. The food is not always that great. To me, the tables usually stink. The plates smell like old dishwater. I mean, I just can't. So, and also a while back, I saw on TV, I don't remember what the name of this show was, but they would catch employees doing some of the most gross things in restaurants, on these jobs or whatever like that. And one thing that made me sick to my stomach is that this lady was a waitress and she was preparing a hot dog. And I don't know if she didn't like the actual guests that she was serving at this time, but she took the actual weenie of the hot dog and stuck it inside of her vaginal walls, pulled it out and stuck it on that bun and took it out there to those people. And most of the time, in my experience in working in diners and stuff like that, usually a hot dog with nothing on it, like no ketchup, mustard, none of that, is usually for a child. So you take that however you want to take it, but that's what I saw. I've also seen them peeing in the actual kitchen, you know, going in and out of the kitchen with the same pair of gloves, going into the restrooms with the same gloves on that they're preparing your food with. Like, it gets very gross. So I would prefer to eat somewhere where these people are actual chefs. Or there is always a manager and cameras that they know that is right there watching them. Like, they have cameras all around the kitchen, all around the back end of the store. And there are managers on duty and team leads and all of that to watch and assist with people doing nasty stuff like that, making sure that they're going by the book as far as fixing people's food. So I don't really like diners, and I don't recommend people, if this has been going on since the 90s, you know, dealing with this particular restaurant, like, at some point we just got to stop eating there. The food is not that good. The service is never great. So why keep eating somewhere like that? You get what I'm saying? We can say no to some of these establishments. And then for them to reach out to corporate, and corporate ignored it until it got on social media. Like, they weren't even tripping about how y'all was treated. They didn't care until it hit social media. Now you're a value customer. If I'm a value customer, then why wasn't I valued when I sat my behind in this seat to get some food? I wasn't valued then. So yeah, no. You ain't got to boycott, just don't go back. So that's my opinion on that. We don't have to eat there. So yeah, let me know y'all thoughts on that. Will y'all be eating at Denny's? Did we ever stop eating at the Waffle House for what they were doing out there? Like, I haven't been to the Waffle House since. So I stick to your guns, stand on your square when it comes to this type of stuff. Stop eating there. Clearly they don't want us there. The name of the restaurant clearly tells you it's not meant for us, just like the Cracker Barrel. Like, it's in the name of the location. It's not for you. So it is what it is. Anyway, moving on to number 6. So this says the Jacksonville gunman's dad called 911 after the deadly rampage started. Here's what he said about his son, and this is from CNN.com. Authorities have released details from a 911 call made by the father of Ryan Christopher Palmeter, the pow who unalived 3 people in what authorities call a racially motivated rampage at a Dollar General store in Florida. Palmeter, 21, opened fire at the store in Jacksonville on Saturday before unaliving himself. He had a swastika emblazoned assault style rifle and left behind racist writings, officials said. After the blicky fire started, Paul Meter texted his father and told him to go to his room, where the father found a will and a suicide note. Jacksonville sheriff said at 1:53 p.m. Paul Meter's father told a 911 operator that his son left the house a couple of hours before the call, according to redacted details from the Clay County Sheriff's Office. Paul Meter had been getting psychiatric help and was on medication, but it looked like his son had stopped taking his medication because there was a full bottle that was filled on July 23rd. His father told the operator. The father said he called the Clay County Sheriff's Office a few years ago when his son threatened to delete himself. Paul Meter flunked out of college, then worked at a Home Depot, and was pretty much been living in his room after losing that job, his father told the operator. But by the time the father learned what was happening and called 911, it was too late. His son had already pow-powed down 3 victims. Anoke Joseph A.J. LaGuerre Jr., 19, Gerald Gallion, 29, and Angela Michelle Carr, 52. While the families grieve, the Justice Department is investigating the shooting as a hate crime and an act of racially motivated violent extremism, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland said. Here's the latest on what we know about the investigation. The Blicky man went to an HBCU right before the unalivings. Less than an hour before the deadly rampage, Paul Meter drove to the parking lot of the Edwards Waters University, the first historically black college or university in Florida. The school's president and CEO said. That's where students noticed Paul Meter putting on a tactical vest, gloves, a mask, and a hat, Campus Security Officer Lieutenant Antonio Bailey said. The students quickly notified security. We knew that he was not supposed to be on the university campus, Bailey said. University security pursued Paul Meter until he drove off campus. They flagged down a Jacksonville sheriff officer to report the suspicious person, Sheriff T.K. Waters has said. About 10 minutes after leaving the university, the suspect opened fire in a nearby Dollar General parking lot and throughout the store before fatally deleting himself, authorities said. The violence happened on the same weekend as the 63rd anniversary of Axe Handle Saturday, when more than 200 white riders in Jacksonville chased and beat black residents with baseball bats and axe handles, according to the Zen Education Project. The suspect left behind writings to his parents, the media, and federal agents outlining his disgusting ideology of hate, the Jacksonville sheriff said. Investigators believe the suspect originally intended to attack a different dollar store, a Family Dollar. He visited just minutes before driving to the university, Waters told CNN Abby Phillips on Monday night. Waters believes the sight of a security vehicle arriving at the store and parking outside deterred the suspect. I don't think he wanted to have any confrontation with someone that would create an issue for him or stop him from doing what he wanted to do, Waters said. He had a goal in mind, the sheriff said. I think he wanted one of those stores. I don't know why. More details about the timeline emerged. It took less than an hour for the suspect to travel from the Family Dollar, where investigators believe he initially planned to carry his attack to nearby Edwards Waters University, and then to the Dollar General, where he deleted 3 victims, according to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. The suspect, who lived with his parents in the town of Orange Park in Clay County, left his home around 11:39 a.m. Saturday and drove to Jacksonville in neighboring Duval County, Waters said. At around 12:23 p.m., surveillance footage shows he pulled into the Family Dollar, where he went inside to buy a few items and then returned to his vehicle at 12:29 p.m., the sheriff said. About a minute later, a security vehicle pulled into the lot and parked in front of the store. The suspect waited for a few minutes and drove away at 12:39 p.m. He stopped at Edward Waters University at 12:48 p.m. and began putting on a bulletproof vest, Waters said. Surveillance footage shows two young African American men get into the car next to the suspects as he was sitting in the lot, the sheriff noted. That bolsters Waters' belief that the suspect didn't intend to carry out an attack at the university. He said he had the opportunity to do so and he did not, Waters told CNN on Monday. The suspect immediately started to drive away after being approached by a security officer, and he was followed until he left campus. Edward Waters University president and CEO A. Zachary Faison Jr. said he left the lot around 12:58 p.m. According to the sheriff's campus security, that then flagged down a sheriff's officer to report the suspicious activity. He said within minutes, the suspect pulled into the Dollar General parking lot at 1:08 p.m. He banged into a black Kia in the lot, deleting car, the sheriff said. He then entered the store and fatally piled LaGuerre, the sheriff said. The powing sent people fleeing out the back of the store, followed by the suspect seconds later, the sheriff said. He then came back inside and piled at security cameras. The first 911 call was at 1:09 p.m., seconds before the third victim, Gallion, walked into the store with his girlfriend. The suspect fatally piled Gallion and chased after another person whom he piled at but didn't hit, the sheriff said. At 1:18 p.m., the suspect texted his father and told him to go into his room, where the father found the will and suicide note, the sheriff said. Officers entered the store a minute later, 11 minutes from the start of the pounding, and heard one pow, which presumed to be when the suspect piled and deleted himself, the sheriff said. A 4-year-old girl loses her father, Gallion's grieving family said. Didn't know how to tell his 4-year-old daughter that her father is never coming home. I thought racism was behind us, but evidently it's not, said Sabrina Rosler, a grandmother of Gallion's young daughter. Dollar General identified one of the victims, LaGuerre, as an employee of the store. The Dollar General family mourns the loss of our colleagues, Anote Joseph A.J. LaGuerre Jr., who along with two of our customers were the victims of senseless violence yesterday, the company said in a statement to CNN. We extend our deepest sympathies to the families and friends as we all try to comprehend this tragedy. There is no place for hate at Dollar General or in the communities we serve. State Senator Tracy Davis represents the area where the pounding happened and said the premeditated racist attack is a devastating sign of the times. I'm angry, Davis told CNN. I'm sad to realize we are in 2023, and as a black person, we are still haunted because that's what that was. Well, after hearing this, to me, if someone came on the campus that seemed to be suspect and y'all flagged down a sheriff, and the sheriff didn't go and try to stop this person, question this person, or anything, that says a lot in itself. Why didn't that sheriff that they flagged down at the school to report this person being on the campus, why didn't he go and question that person? Pull him over, and at that point, that sheriff would have seen this vest on, his tactical gear, all of this stuff that he had, and this whole incident could have been avoided. And then all of a sudden, now he was taking medication, and now he's not on his medication. Like, this almost seemed like that was just added in. I don't know for sure if homeboy was on medication or whatever, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they just put that in to try to steer us away from this being a racial issue. But at the end of the day, it is senseless. Why are we always being targeted like that? And why did he take himself out? It's almost, when things are done in this manner, to me, it just feels like it isn't really about them hating us. It's more about them hating that they're not us. That's what it feels like, because you took yourself out too. So it's almost like if you were truly in this white power, white supremacist type of reality, then if you had done something like this, you should have known, okay, you might get a year in jail, maybe 6 months in jail, and then probation, because they don't really care about us like that. And you will be considered, you know, a superhero to that world, to the white supremacy world. So, but because you took out yourself too, that means that that's not what you truly felt. And you went to this predominantly black school when your father said you just flunked out of school. So it's almost given like you wish you were black. And that's just my opinion. You wish you were one of us. So that's why you want to take us out, because you can't be us. But what you can do is to be deleted with us. We're all going to be deleted together. So that makes you feel like this is something that makes you a part of us. So I think sometimes it may look on the surface like this is some kind of racial thing. In reality, yeah, it's racial, but it's not the racial that we think. It's not like a prejudice. It's not like a hate. It's more like I want to be y'all. I desire to be y'all, and I know that I will never be that. That's what it's given to me, but I could be wrong. But I'm like, why take yourself out when you know you barely gonna get any time? Because they don't care what happens to us. They take us out too. And when I say they, I mean the cops. They take us out too. Innocent people. So whatever. Anyway, let me know y'all thoughts on that. And when I say black, I'm meaning people of color, people that are actually non-white. And it's majority of the ones that have kinky hair that I'm referring to. So, or in this land, from this land. So those are the colored people of color that I'm talking about. Anyway, it's all senseless. You let some of them get away with taking us out. Some of them, y'all try to pretend like y'all gonna give them a little time in jail, in prison. When we know they gonna get out on good behavior. They may get sent on vacation somewhere. So it's just whatever. Don't pretend like y'all think our lives matter. But we know our lives matter. You know, it's just not the same as y'all saying it. But anyway, I don't even know how to say this without saying too much. But y'all picking up what I'm putting down, I hope. Anyway, the next topic is woman says man hit her in face with brick while crowd watched. And this is from newsweek.com. It says a video has gone viral on social media of a woman documenting her experience after she claimed a man hit her in the face with a brick after she declined to give him her telephone number. On Sunday, a video on Instagram posted by the Shade Room, Rohi Bashi, the woman can be heard saying, "Y'all, this man hit me in my face with a brick and all these black men just watch. This man grabbed a rock and hit me in my face because I wouldn't give him my number." But she continued to yell at the crowd of men near her and said, "I want you to be a man and do something. You gonna let a man hit me in my face?" The next video shows Bashi in the hospital wearing a gown with a large swollen bump on the side of her face. In the video, she continued to say that the crowd of men just watched her get a brick thrown at her, let the man get in a car and leave. "How is this okay?" she asked. The videos posted on social media do not show the exact moment of the alleged altercation, and Newsweek cannot independently verify if Bashir was hit by a man with a brick. According to the Shade Room's Instagram caption, the incident occurred in Houston, Texas. In the final video posted by Bashir and the Shade Room account, Bashir says after 12 hours in the hospital, she was getting discharged with a concussion. She added that she could not chew food for the next week. Newsweek has reached out to the Houston Police Department via email for comment and has reached out to Bashir via Instagram for comment. A woman was hit in the face with a brick by some game-goofy non-FBA dude, and a bunch of other non-FBA dudes just stood around watching. Now there are people trying to be on some blame black men vibe. This is tether behavior, and foundational black American men generally don't get down like this at all. Film producer Tariq Nasheed posted to X, formerly known as Twitter, to comment about the incident. Uju Anya, associate professor at Carnegie Mellon University, also commented on X and wrote, "Black men pulling stuff from a black woman's social media, they claim, show she didn't deserve protection when a black man smashed her face with a brick for not giving him her number. Same thing white supremacists do after cops murk black people to claim they deserve to die." Author Candice Marie Benbow posted to X on Monday afternoon and wrote, "A woman rejected a man's advances, and he hit her in the face with a brick. She was upset because men, were there and did nothing. Men searched her socials and are using her clips. She's a feminist to justify why men shouldn't have intervened. This is truly hell." I'm kind of on the fence with this one. And although if these are people that are considered to be foreigners, that are black as well, or melanated people, then, that's one thing, because culturally we don't know how they get down or whatever like that. But I don't think no man should be hitting a woman in the face with a brick because she didn't want to give him her phone number. I know, based on my experience in this walk of life that I've been on, men do in our community from here in America that will get very aggressive when you don't want to talk to them and all of that. And it's like, first of all, and this is just from my perspective, if you see a woman that you think is well put together, she looks nice, she's carrying herself well, first of all, what makes you think that she's single? What makes you think that she's not trying to be faithful to the man that she's with? The reason why she's not trying to give you her number. What makes you think that she doesn't want to deal with a man at this point in time? What makes you think that if she is single, she's interested in you? And sometimes it's all about the approach. You coming at a woman aggressively, like, "Hey, shawty, what's your name?" All this, like, some women are not gonna fall for that. Like, first of all, you coming at me talking all country bunking, and you seem like you probably use that same line on every female you see. It's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's just different reasons why females can be like, "No, I don't want to deal with you." But my main thing is, if you think that I'm attractive and I look good and I'm this and I'm that, what makes you think that I'm single? You want to be with me. What makes you think another man wouldn't? What makes you think I'm not taken? So let's start there. These men need to stop getting offended when women do not want to talk to them. Like, it may not be anything about you. She could very well much so be taken. And that's it, and that's all. She trying to be faithful. She's not trying to talk to you for various reasons. So anyway, but yeah, I remember a while back, I almost, had to get my blicky on a dude that was very aggressive. It's just, it's the other way around in this situation. But dude, when as far as calling me the B, a B, and all of this, like, dude, I'm in this club trying to hang out with my cousin and listen to music. I'm not here to be pestered and harassed by no man. And I don't know why men think that when you see women out and about that they are looking for a man. We can just be out and about trying to have a good time with ourselves. Sometimes we comfortable with going out by ourselves. So leave us alone. If we not giving you the eye and winking and smiling at you, then just leave us alone. If we looking, we focusing on the music, vibing out, chilling, we ain't paying you no attention. We looking at our phone, we looking at our homegirl, we trying to make sure we not giving you no eye contact. Leave us alone. So now the other thing about this is, do I think men who ain't got nothing to do with the situation need to be jumping in? No, I don't. Because I'm just going to be honest. If I'm with my dude and this woman over here arguing with this dude and he broke her in the face for whatever reason, no, I don't want my dude getting involved with that. Because back in the day, yeah, you could box it out with a dude who being, aggressive with a woman, but nowadays you cannot do that. You will get that blicky on you and you end up going to the upper room being deleted over some stuff that ain't have nothing to do with you. So in my opinion, if it ain't your woman, your mama, your auntie, your niece, your grandma, your girl cousin, then no, you don't have nothing to do with it. You don't need to be going to the upper room about a situation that don't have nothing to do with you. Because a lot of times, if somebody is doing this out in public, and it's a domestic violence situation, then they have already did this in private. Now they're bold enough and they got comfortable enough to do it out in public. So this has been going on and on and on, and that girl has stayed there and continued to go on with this stuff. So my suggestion for bystanders who are looking at this type of behavior, you can hop on your phone and call the authorities and let them know what's going on in this area and take your butt on about your business. No, I don't think nobody needs to be jumping in, because you can be deleted over something that has nothing to do with you. People are crazy these days, and people are for sure cowards. So they rely on weaponry. So no. So whatever. So who should have been helping her is her brothers and uncles and daddy and boy cousins or whatever like that. That's who she should have been depending on to help her in that instance. And sometimes as women, if you know that these dudes are crazy and aggressive and you in this side of town where they weird and you know what I'm saying, just give them a number. It ain't gotta be yours. You know what I'm saying? Or just tell them, I got a man. He right up the road. That's who I'm going to go see. My man right up there. I can give you his number. You gotta pick your battles. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people on drugs, you don't know what they thinking. They could be drunk, high. You know, I don't know. But that's crazy that this man hit her in the face with a brick. You know, I don't know. It's weird. But let me know what y'all think about that. Cause yeah, that's wild. I've never heard that a man would get that aggressive for a girl's phone number. A brick though? Like, dude, she is not the only woman on the planet. And clearly, if you hitting women with bricks, that clearly indicates why you are single. Some people can pick up on that low vibrational energy that you carrying. So whoever he is, wherever he from, You should have left that over there, because that's not going to get you nowhere over here. Or you might need to switch teams, go on to the other side, to our non-melanated mayonnaise community. You can go over there with all that. So yeah, that's my comment on that. So let me know what y'all think about that. Anywho, and also I heard it was more to that woman. I haven't got really deep into that, but she was doing a lot of other foolishness on social media as well. And it's like, if you're gonna stand for all of this, women don't need men, and you LGBT and all of this stuff like that, you can't expect random men to just help you. When you let men know you don't need them, that's exactly how they gonna treat you, like you don't need them. So it is what it is. So I don't know how true that is, but sis, if that's how you carrying on social media, and then when stuff hit the fan, you want these people to come rescue you, it doesn't work like that, sis. So be mindful of that. And maybe you won't be getting hit in the face with bricks. I don't know. Maybe that was a lesson for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do feel bad that this is how they reacted. It could have been any one of us. So that's why I feel sorry for her, because I would hate if someone would hit me in the face with a brick. But me personally, I'm gonna retaliate. You hit me in the face with a brick, okay, we'll see how this ends. Y'all will see it on the news. But anywho, and that's that on that. Moving along. So we're gonna talk about the River Brawl update. It says 4 charged with assault after Alabama riverfront brawl, and this comes from nytimes.com. 3 men and a woman turned themselves in to the Montgomery police this week after an attack on a black boat captain that garnered heavy backlash on social media. 4 people have turned themselves in to the police and have been charged with assault in connection with the brawl that broke out along the waterfront in Montgomery, Alabama last weekend, officials said as the investigation into the racially charged melee continues. The arrest came days after a group of white boaters attacked the black riverboat captain on Saturday. Warrants for 3 of the boaters were issued on Tuesday, and the Montgomery police had asked them during a news conference to come forward. Alan Todd, 23, Zachary Shipman, 25, were in custody of the Montgomery police as of Wednesday, the police said, and each was charged with 1 count of third-degree assault, a misdemeanor. A third man, Richard Roberts, 48, turned himself in on Tuesday and was charged with 2 counts of third-degree assault. All 3 have posted bail, officials said. On Thursday, Mary Todd, 21, turned herself in and was also charged with third-degree assault, the police said. She was being held for 12 hours, according to court records. The misdemeanor assault is penalized by a fine of up to $6,000 and up to 1 year in jail. The 4 accused, all of whom are white, are scheduled for an arraignment on September 1st. The Montgomery police said on Thursday that no other charges had been levied, but more could come. While the fight appeared to be largely down racial lines, the police would not pursue hate crime charges, they said. They also would not pursue charges of inciting a riot. I wonder why. It was clearly racial, so it was, to me, a hate crime, and it did incite a riot. Anywho, the weekend's violent scene was captured on video by several bystanders and drew a large social media response, including cartoons, TikTok videos, a song, and reenactments. Many of the videos, which offer multiple angles and vantage points of the incident, are now a part of the police investigation, said Chief Darrell J. Albert of the Montgomery Police. The altercation began at the city's popular riverfront park after a pontoon boat docked in a space designated for the Harriet II, a riverboat cruise that was returning from a trip up the Alabama River. For 45 minutes, the captain of the Harriet II instructed the pontoon boat via the public announcement system to move out of the way, but to no avail. Instead, the white voters responded with gestures, cuss words, and taunting, Chief Albert said at a news conference on Tuesday. At that point, Damian Pickett, a co-captain of the Harrier, was given a ride on a small boat to the dock so he could talk to the pontoon owners. When Mr. Pickett, who is black, tried to move the pontoon, the owners of the boat confronted and attacked him. Members of the Harrier's crew and bystanders came to Mr. Pickett's defense, and a melee broke out. One man was seen on video wielding a folding chair to use against the boaters. Mr. Pickett and an unnamed 16-year-old male who had taken Mr. Pickett to the dock were injured in the brawl. The dock's history has become a part of a broader conversation around the fight and its racial overtones. The altercation occurred at the same dock where enslaved Africans arrived by steamboat to be sold in the center of town. So yeah, like I said, why are they not being charged with inciting a riot, and why this is not considered a hate crime? These men and women, these Caucasian men and women, attack this one black person and then made everyone else try to come and break it up, come and try to help. It did incite a riot. People were swinging chairs, knocking people in the water and all kind of stuff. That, to me, that was riot activity. So why they not charging them this, and why is it considered a misdemeanor? I don't know. So somebody knows somebody in that town. Somebody got pulled in this town. The reason why these people not getting charged. What do y'all think? And then clearly the man was injured. The boy who brought him over there was injured. And they're saying it was only 4 that got arrested. It was clearly more than 4 people that joined in. Cause it's like 4 of them ran out of the restaurant. The 2 girls from the boat. Then an older gentleman came. I mean, it's supposed to be more than just 4 people being arrested. But anywho, see. So yeah, moving along. 8 places you should never keep your phone. This is from thehealthy.com. Number 1, in your pocket. Keeping your phone in your pocket seems convenient, but according to Lily Friedman, MD, your pocket is actually the worst place to store it. When cell phones are on, connected to a wireless network, and placed in a pocket, the radiation is 2 to 7 times higher than if it were placed in a purse or holster, she says. There is a correlation between radiation from a cell phone and tumor growth, she adds. Plus, radiation can change the structure of DNA and affect male fertility, according to Dr. Friedman. The World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer also found that cell phone radiation is additionally carcinogenic to humans. Merely sitting on your phone could cause health issues such as sciatica or other back problems as well. Number 2, in your bed. Some research and case studies show that keeping your phone in your bra could be linked to breast cancer due to the radiations and vibrations from the phone. That said, there is not enough evidence to establish a definite relationship between the two. Still, keeping your phone in your bra, especially a sports bra, is a bad idea due to skin irritating bacteria it could harbor, Muscle Fitness reports. Number 3, in your bed or under your pillow. Sleeping with your cell phone is a bad idea for a few reasons. First, keeping your phone under your pillow could build up heat and present a potential fire hazard, especially if your phone is charging or has a defect. It's also known that the LED light from your phone or LED light from your phone screens can disrupt melatonin production and circadian rhythms, hurting your sleep quality, according to the National Sleep Foundation. And of course, there's also radiation to consider as well. The amounts of radio frequency radiation cell phones give off are the same ones emitted from microwave. There is also concern about the safety of cell phone use with respect to cancer and brain tumors, per the American Cancer Society. Number 4, plugged in. Keeping your phone plugged in when it has a full battery causes damage to the battery itself, according to the PCMag.com. It's not that your phone overloads with power, but heat buildup from stacking things on top of your phone or keeping it under your pillow makes your phone hotter and battery damaging, mainly if you use knockoff cables, PCMag.com reports. Number 5, close to your face. Keeping your phone close to your face means bacteria transfers to and from your phone, making your skin and phone dirtier. This combination leads to more acne, skin irritation, and even wrinkles, according to Allure. Try using earpods instead to keep the surface of your phone at a distance from your face. Number 6, in your glove compartment. Extreme temperatures are the worst conditions for your phone, so keeping your device in your glove compartment during the extremely hot or cold months of the year could lead to problems, according to Time. Excess heat can cause everything from data loss or corruption to battery leakage. The cold weather presents just as many issues for your device. In cold temperatures, many smartphones shut off, have display problems, shorten battery life, and in rare cases, screen shattering. Number 7, on your beach towel. Notice a theme here. The extreme sun and heat is a recipe for phone disaster. Protect your device after you finish taking beautiful beach pictures. Hot and sunny conditions could again cause your phone to overheat. Number 8, anywhere in your bathroom. Although cell phones could arguably be the new newspaper, it's not a good idea to take yours into the bathroom, even if you keep your device on a counter or away from that toilet. Anything within 3 feet of a flushing one could end up with bacteria or viruses in the air, according to a study published in Applied and Environmental Microbiology. The detection of bacteria and viruses falling out onto surfaces in bathrooms after flushing indicated that they remain airborne long enough to settle on surfaces throughout the bathroom, wrote the study's authors. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to put that out there because we constantly have these phones in the bathroom, in the bed with us, and not realizing that all of this time, all of this screen time that we are online and stuff like that, it is still radiation. It's still affecting our brains. We could be developing tumors, breast cancer, all kind of stuff that we have to still consider. Like, people are not really talking about that these days, but it still does exist. So, even having your phones all around your children, your babies, it's a lot, but you have to keep these things in mind. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Now moving on to the next topic, and this is on Brother Polite. We discussed him on the last chat session, so I wanted to do an update. And it says, Brother Polite trial, sentenced to 7 years, Lipstick Alley update. And I got this from celebcritics.com. Brother Polite's trial is a legal event that has gained widespread attention involving the well-known motivational speaker facing serious charges. Brother Polite, a figure known for his motivational speaker and author role, has gained prominence in the public eye. He projects an image of being a pro-black and conscious advocating for empowerment and enlightenment within the African American community. However, a notable aspect of his online presence often revolves around conspicuous displays of wealth and an entourage of women, with multiple quote-unquote wives and frequent images featuring him alongside women on his Facebook page. Brother Polite's persona appears to intertwine his messages of empowerment with a lifestyle that draws significant attention and discussion. Brother Polite trial. Charges dropped or sentenced to 7 years in prison. The legal saga surrounding Brother Polite, a prominent motivational speaker and author, has taken a tumultuous turn, leaving followers and the public bewildered. Initially, Polite had declared on his Instagram account that all charges against him had been dropped, a statement that reverberated widely among his supporters. However, recent developments tells a starkly different story. Contrary to his assertions, media outlets have reported that Brother Polite opted for a guilty plea in a deeply troubling case involving the alleged M-word of his girlfriend's daughter. The shocking revelation culminated in a sobering 7-year prison sentence, a 10-year probation period, and a substantial $25,000 restitution order. This abrupt twist in the narratives has triggered a maelstrom of emotions, dividing his fan base and the public grappling with the implications. Some expressed their outrage and disillusionment, feeling betrayed by the figure they once admired, while others perceived the sentencing as a long-awaited form of justice. The uncertain future of Brother Polite, once a charismatic influencer in motivation and self-improvement, now hangs in the balance. The legal ordeal has cast a shadow over his legacy, impacting his reputation and the lives of those who once looked up to him for guidance and inspiration. Brother Polite, charged with SEXUAL battery. Michael Noack Jr., widely recognized as Brother Polite, is at the center of a deeply troubling legal matter. The 37-year-old motivational speaker and author surrendered to authorities facing allegations of SEXUAL battery involving a 14-year-old girl in a February incident in a hotel room. According to the police report, Noack had a romantic connection with the girl's mother and had asked permission to take the teenager to an after party at a Miami club. When the club turned out to be closed, he took the girl to his hotel. Disturbingly, the report details that Noack provided the minor with alcohol and engaged in inappropriate behavior, including groping her breast, inner thighs, and buttocks. The allegations further state that he attempted to coerce the teen into performing oral sex. The situation escalated when the young girl reportedly lost consciousness, only to awaken with Noack attempting to induce vomiting. Her condition was exacerbated by severe swelling on her mouth and lips, suggesting a distressing turn of events. In a startling revelation, the report also claims that Noack urged the girl's mother to not involve law enforcement, asserting that it would have detrimental consequences for his career. While these are grave allegations, Noack's defense attorney, Dave Terrace, maintains his client's innocence. Terrace asserts that once the evidence is presented, Noack will be forgiven, categorically declaring him not guilty, quote unquote. The case unfolds amidst a backdrop of complex motives and hidden factors, and it remains to be seen how it will ultimately be resolved. Wow. But yep, I saw that too. The whole court hearing. Well, I heard it. I was listening. I was doing other things, but I was listening, and he really got 7 years, which is kind of really nothing, and a 10-year probation where he had to pay $25,000 to the mother, and he had to pay $5,000 up front. And that was for restitution. And during this probationary period, if he fell off the bandwagon and got in trouble in any kind of way, he would end up doing 61 years in prison. So yeah, so he did take some kind of plea deal, some way, to where he only got 7 years. But yeah, that's not a lot. So yeah, guys, let me know what y'all think. It's disgusting. These men, oh my God, ugh, y'all need help, for real. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. And I still have the same questions that I had before. Why did the mother agree to let her daughter go to a nightclub with this man? First of all, in Miami, why did you say yes? I'm still confused. And I heard the little speech that she gave, but you still not telling us why you let your daughter go to the club to an after party with this grown man. It still ain't making no sense to me. So anyway, yeah. Moving on, the next topic is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta fires Erica Mena for calling castmate Spice a racial slur. And I got this from people.com. Erica Mena will not be returning to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta after she recently called her co-star Spice a racial slur. The TV franchise announced the news on Saturday in an official statement on Instagram and Twitter, now known as X. The Love and Hip Hop franchise has never shied away from hard conversations in our community, the statement began. Working hand in hand with our partners' viewers, we'll see the impact of Erica Mena's remarks play out in the final 3 episodes of the season, the statement continued. Effective immediately, she will not appear in the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Representative for both Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Mena did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment, while a rep for Spice could not be reached. During the episode, which aired August 29th, Mena and Spice-born Grace Latoya Hamilton were engaged in a heated argument that escalated when the 35-year-old actress flipped the table and the two women had to be separated by producers. The explosive fight stemmed from a discussion about Mena's divorce from ex-Safari Samuels, with whom she shares daughter Sapphire 3 and son Legend 2. The two continue to exchange blows, with Spice 41 shouting that her 16-year-old son King, whom she shares with ex-Raw Conde, hates her. In response, Mena yelled, "You monkey, you blue monkey. Effing blue monkey." Earlier in the episode, Mena said that Spice, who sports blue hair, okay, I don't think I got all of that, but I think she told her she wished she had died on the surgery table when she was having her BBL. So, yeah. What I think about this whole thing, do I think that Erica should have called Spice a blue monkey? No. Do I think Spice should have said something about Erica's son? No. If that boy hasn't told you out his own mouth that he hate his mama, and even if he did, that's none of your concern. If you don't know her son, you don't interact with her son, you haven't helped her raise this son, provide for this son, take care of this son, or none of that, you really can't speak on nobody's son. And whatever their relationship is, that's between them. She had him. She's taking care of him. And at some point, a lot of times kids be hating their parents growing up. But then when they realize why the parents acted or protected them the way that they did, they seem to have a change of heart. So I don't know the dynamic of Erica Mena and her son, but I know it ain't none of Spice's business, first and foremost. And if Erica Mena called Spice a monkey, that may have been how she wanted to retaliate. Like, if you know you ain't no blue monkey, then why get upset about it? I mean, she probably didn't have anything else to say. That's all she could reach for. The blue monkey. She couldn't call you ugly. She couldn't call you bad made up. She couldn't say this and she couldn't say that, but she could call you a blue monkey. Now, I don't know why they saying it was racial, because clearly Erica Mena is a dark woman too. I mean, at this very time, she's not that light. She has a dark tan. She has children by black men or whatever, Jamaican men, whatever kind of men. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I don't consider the Latino community to be white, although they can pretend or try to come across as being racist, because they under the illusion that they are Caucasoids, but they're really not. Yeah, that's just their mentality is messed up, you know, on who or what their identity is. To me, they're just like mixed people. They just speak a different language. They have the African blood, they have native blood, and they also have Spanish blood. Some of them do not. Some of them have the same blood as us. They just speak a different language. So I don't understand how people get it confused, because color comes from color. So if you look at the situation, Spice Well, actually, Erica Mena could be an offspring of Spice, depending on who she has a baby for. So, whatever. So, I don't know why is it racial? But on these type of shows, people hit below the belt and they say things to get an audience response. They do a lot of things for shock value. And it was working in the past. So why fire her now? I don't think what she said deserved her to not be able to feed her children and to take care of her responsibilities. It's a show. They hit below the belt. They talk about mamas. They talk about this and that. You know what I'm saying? So it's no different than Kim on the Housewives having Sweetie as her maid. That was almost slave vibes. You know what I'm saying? But it just is what it is. It's what it is. But I don't consider Erica Mena a different race than I consider what Spice is. I think they're the same. It's just one is considered to be mixed and the other one is not. That's all. Those people from South America, Central America, those were all of us. And then the Spanish came and colonized. So just like you look at mixed people walking around right now in America, it's the same as Erica Mena and all Latinas. They just mixed people. Does that make them not a part of us? No, they're a part of us too. They just got colonized, just like we did. But we fought harder back then. Now we ain't fighting too hard no more. But it's no different than mixed people today. Stand a mixed person right beside a Latina person. The features are practically the same. The only difference is the language. So take it for whatever. I mean, it ain't racial to me. She just said whatever she wanted to say. In other words, she was saying, you're ugly. Maybe she feels like you ugly and she just want to say ugly. She wanted to compare you to a monkey. But clearly you're not ugly. And once again, you could have clapped back and said what she looked like too. Just because she's a Latina don't mean you can't say anything about her looks. She is super skinny. I mean, her teeth big. She can't keep a man, obviously. I mean, you could have came back with the insults too. So whatever. It's a word war at this point. But people need to leave children out of their vocabulary. If you are not helping to support and take care of these children, you don't have no room to talk about nobody's children. Period. Children is off limits. If you're not doing anything for these kids on these kids' behalf, keep them kids out of your vocabulary, out your mouth. That's just my thought on it. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Their relationships don't have nothing to do with you. Cause just like you saying he might hate his mama, he might hate you too. And he don't even know you. He might hate you for the fact that you said something about him. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I love my mama, but I hate her some days and I love her some days. But I really hate you for coming at my mama. So stay out of it. I don't know. Let me know y'all opinion. Moving on to the next topic, and this is Rap's resident work wives Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion reunite with bongos, and this is from RollingStones.com. Resident work wives Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are turning up the heat once again. More than 3 years after they melted the internet with WAP, the rappers are back for a second round with bongos. The music video packs bursts of opulence as the visual sees the rappers dropping verses from a mind-bending living room to the beach, while flanked by dancers draped in a spectrum of colors. This pussy tight like a nun, better chew it up like it's gum, then wipe your mouth when you done. Cardi B delivers in the opening before handing it off to Megan, who delivers. The Traumazine artist raps, "This ass sit like a stallion. All these wannabes, my little ponies. These hoes camped out in the comments, always talking like they know me. Before declaring, eat whoever in my way, Miss Pac-Man." Cardi B dropped the title and single artwork for bongos across her social media accounts earlier this week, along with its release date. Not wasting any time on snippets or teasers to ramp up anticipation. In a recent interview with Hot 97, the rapper revealed that the song had been in the works for a while. This song has been a part of a plan for a minute now, Cardi B explained, mentioning that even before Megan's verses were added to the track, she had a vision of her being on it. It's just one of those records where you need somebody. And even on those parts where she's at, I did verses to it. But then it just feels like a long ass song, she added. She always sends verses and I chop it up and it just goes really well. She's my work wife. Bungo marks Megan's first musical release in more than a year. Last August, she shared her second studio album before announcing in October that she would be stepping away from her relentless schedule after her Saturday Night Live performance. Hotties, I'm really sorry, but after SNL, I really gotta take a break. I'm so tired physically and emotionally, she wrote on Twitter at the time. For Cardi B, Bungos is another entry in her back-to-back heater team-ups this year. The rapper scored a summer hit with Lotto on Put It On The Floor Again and joined Fendi the Rapper on Point Me To in July. She featured on her husband's Offset one-off single, Jealousy. So yeah, guys, I actually caught the video and heard the lyrics. I think that video slaps. The song is everything. I love it. I love it. I love it. It is what is needed right now because it's been really dry. Although I don't listen to a lot of music like I used to, I do try to hear what I can when I can, you know. But I like it. It was done really, really well. I like Cardi's lyrics, of course. I just like Cardi. They look beautiful. Megan does seem like she has lost a lot of weight. I don't know if she did that purposefully or is she going through some stuff, but they both look good. It's just Megan looks really, really different. I don't know. I mean, she may be doing it for her career so she can venture off into different things, maybe like modeling or something, or maybe she's actually going through some things. Who knows? But for the most part, I do like the song. I think they collab well together, although some of the lyrics were kind of, it's like the verses were kind of contradicting each other on certain parts. But y'all listen for yourself to see if y'all catch what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's really like shade being thrown and also a little bit of dragation going on in there. But I don't know. But yeah, that was a lot. But anyway, other than that, maybe they didn't hear each other's verses before they wrote their own. I don't know what it was, but it was kind of giving, shade tea. But I don't know. Either way, I like the song. I like how they collab together. I like how this all came together. I like the visuals. The visuals were everything. So yeah. Anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you haven't heard the song already, go check it out. It is on YouTube, of course. Bongos. Yeah. Now for the last topic of the day, I wanted to get into Beyonce's emotional B-Day speech at Los Angeles Renaissance. My soul is full, and this is from Yahoo by way of Vibe. Let me see, can I get her actually saying it? Let me make sure y'all can hear. Give me just a second.
To look out and see your faces. thankful to be able to provide a safe space for all of y'all. I'm thankful for music and for the ability to heal myself through music, which then heals all of you. I'm thankful for every tear, for every year. I'm thankful for my children. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful for all the shit we've been through. I'm thankful for my beautiful father who's here tonight. I thank you for his sacrifice, for his pain. I'm thankful for my mother. My beautiful queen. I'm thankful that we all have the ability to make lemonade out of our lemons. I'm thankful for Kelly Rowland. Victoria, Kelly, Latanya, Robinson. I'm thankful for all of you guys who have been with me since 1997. I'm thankful for every flaw, every stretch mark, every fupa. I thank you that I'm here at fucking 40. I'm grateful for joy, and I thank God. I thank God. I thank you, God. Can y'all help me sing Closet On? I love y'all. I'm a treatment in the morning.
So Beyonce thanked the Fupas and then thanked Solange. Why did she leave Solange out again? What is going on with them? But anyway, what did y'all think about the speech, the B-Day speech? Seemed like she done forgave her daddy for all of his crap he done did, apparently. So what's going on with her baby sister? Y'all, anywho, I like the speech. I just wonder why she throwing shade at the sister all of a sudden. Solange wrote a lot of your songs too, and did a lot of your background singing, sis. Don't forget. So yeah, whatever it is, you still gotta give Solange her props. But it's just my opinion. Y'all know I love B, and I love Solange too. So, anywho, we have come to the end of this chat session. I hope that you have been inspired, informed, or entertained. Be sure to check us out on our other platforms that are listed in our About page. Make sure you click the notification bell to be notified of our future chat sessions. Thank you guys so much for your time and support. I look forward to our next one. Peace and love. And as always, be blissful.
DJ Mike C on the track.
Cause that be natural.
Lady D.
Ain't looking tacky. I keep my game tacky.
Yo,
Yeah, I'm so nappy. Cause that be natural.
The infamous.
Ain't looking tacky. Cause I keep my game tacky.
I'm so pretty, I'm so faboo, I'm so natural, it's like it's a taboo. I'm so filthy, got the tattoo, fucking these bitches like I own ragu. On my business with my platoon, getting these minutes like I'm a typhoon. Y'all is cheering on that cartoon, and I'm sitting on top of these buffaloes. I'm so nappy, I'm so nappy. All these dudes that wanna get at me, I'm so cultured and I'm happy. Jealous witches wanna come back me, cause I'm comfortable in my skin. End of the day, you lose, I win. I'm so profitable in my ends, don't care if I make or lose a few friends, and I look like $1 trillion. Lady, we won a lotto, cause in the Lord I trust. And beauty grow naturally. My curls popping everywhere. I'm maximizing on this natural thing. Like it or not, I don't care. You clowns ain't about to worry me. Cause does this for myself, and I'm rapping for my ancestry. Yeah.